Hey everyone, my name is Thanos. I'm a medical doctor here in Germany, and in today's video we're going to talk about all the pros and cons of doing your residency in Germany as a medical doctor. And this is for any foreign graduate that is actually a bit curious on how things work here in Germany and why you should consider or avoid coming to Germany. So unlike other videos, we're going to start off with the cons of doing your residency here in Germany. I'm going to start off with what I've noticed in the past few months and what I've heard from other people. So number one, even though the quality of the training here in Germany is absolutely exquisite, one big con of doing a residency here in Germany is that the residency system is not exactly centralized. This means that depending on the region you're going to do your residency, you're going to face a few difficulties. For example, if you go to a rural area, you might not get the chance to do as many operations or see as many complex cases as you would like to see. This doesn't mean that you're going to be a bad doctor or you're not going to get good enough training. It just means that you might not be well developed in some areas. You might feel less certain about your skills regarding some matters. So the second con is the cut costing in German hospitals. This means that they don't actually hire enough residents, and this means that there aren't enough residents for the amount of patients coming in the hospital. So this means that you might be by yourself trying your best to treat a lot of patients, and this might feel a bit overwhelming. But nonetheless, depending on the hospital and depending on the attendings you have there, this actually is a make or break for you, because if you have enough and good enough attendings at your hospital, you're gonna have a safety net so you can actually treat more patients and have this supervision, so to say. And number three, we have the last con, which in my opinion is not exactly something bad, but other people might think this is a negative thing for doing a residency here in Germany. What I've noticed is that a lot of the times, depending on the place you're gonna go and do your residency, junior residents might be thrown into the deep very quickly in a way that they have to manage a lot of patients and are dealt with a lot of responsibilities from very early on. And like I said, a lot of people might think that this is a huge negative. I think that it's more on the positive side of things in Germany. I feel like someone can learn faster and have a better foundation of the things he learned once he's put in this condition. But again, depending on the person, you can see it as a negative or a positive. Now let's move to the perks of doing your residency in Germany. I'm going to talk about a few reasons why I decided to come to Germany. So to begin with, unlike other countries in the EU and in the UK right now, Germany doesn't have any foundation years. This means that once you have your MD, you can go there, apply, get a job, and start directly the next day to do your residency. In Greece, where I come from, it's a big issue that once you finish med school, you need to go and work in a rural area for a while. And if you are a man, you also need to go to the army, since it's mandatory in Greece. And this means that you have a lot of time where you don't actually practice your residency, you don't actually learn things that matter to you. This combined with the huge waiting times for you to get a place in a Greek hospital, I feel like Germany provides a very good solution and can help someone start right away with a residency without spending so much useless time doing other things that, let's be quite honest with each other, don't actually matter for you or your residency. So the second pro of doing your residency here in Germany is that you are very, very free geographically and you have a lot of choices. Now, for some people in their home country, since there are very limited places on things like dermatology, radiology, surgery, and so on and so forth, this might feel a bit limiting to stay in your country because you either have to do other things that you really don't want to, or you have to wait. Well, that's not the case in Germany. You have so many places where you can actually practice medicine in all the different states in Germany, and you can find a job not only in family or in telemedicine, but also in surgery, psychiatry, radiology, and so on and so forth. Although keep in mind that in some cases, some residencies are quite competitive. Like for example, plastic surgery, dermatology, this is everywhere in the world. It's a very hard specialty to get yourself into. But nonetheless, for other specialties, you can find quite easily a job here. For example, what I've noticed here in the NRV is that internal medicine, orthopedic surgery, and psychiatry are actually needed by almost every hospital, and everyone is looking for one. Moving on to the next pro, number three, it's the level of education you get here in Germany. Unlike other countries in Europe right now, given the status of German doctors, for some odd reason, whenever you hear that someone has done the residency in Switzerland, Germany, US, it used to be in the UK in the past, it immediately gives you some status. And this is because the way things are carried out here and the way you learn to practice medicine here is not the same like other countries. And this is actually a great thing because you know that once you finish your residency, you can actually stand on your feet and you can do things and feel comfortable with your skills as a doctor. Now moving on to number four. I know this might be a bit controversial to discuss, but I feel like it's very important. important, and that is the salary in Germany. Unlike other countries in Europe, especially in Eastern Europe and Balkans, the salary here in Germany is quite attractive. So depending on the specialty you do and where you work, your residency salary will range from 54,000 to 72,000 euros pre-tax. That's actually a very big number, and from all the friends that I have who are doing the residency right now in Germany, most of them actually say that they're getting too much money, they don't even know how to spend it all. So it's something that is very positive, especially if you want to get rid of all of these stresses in your mind about a good apartment, food, transportation, and so on and so forth, because everything will be kind of covered very easily. You won't have so much stress regarding where you're gonna stay, if you're gonna be able to put food in the table, if you're gonna have enough money to pay all of your bills. Given this amount of money every month can actually provide you a comfortable middle class life very early on. But again, it really depends on where you stay and how you manage your money, of course. But for someone who is actually very cautious with how they spend their money, I feel like they can easily rent an apartment, pay their bills, get groceries, have a car, or get any other form of transportation to and from work, and actually save some money on the side as well. And now, last but not least, one of the biggest pros in doing a residency here in Germany is that you have a maternal and paternal leave. Germany is like a very well-structured parental leave laws. This means that if you're a mother, you can take up to 14 months off work with making around 2,000 euros after taxes as a resident doctor, of course. And then depending on if you want to continue your maternal leave or go back to work, there is also a compensation in the money you're given. This actually provides a great opportunity for couples that want to work here and are residents in a way that they can form a family during residency and they don't have to wait until they finish the residency to actually start thinking about kids and covering the costs of having a kid and so on and so forth. So yeah, these are the pros and cons of doing a residency in Germany. Of course, there might be some things that I haven't seen or discussed about, so feel free to mention them in the comments. Let me know if you would consider doing a residency here in Germany. Again, thanks a lot for watching. I'm gonna see each other in the next video.